New developments are explosions heard over Doha amid reports of Iran launching missiles toward the U.S. airbase in Qatar or Qatar. I don't know how you pronounce it, but this is another level, and I'll explain. If you heard the President of the United States in his statement about the taking out of the Iran nuclear facilities, they had said through many emissaries that we're not looking for regime change, but he said there are many other targets. And they'd be very easy for us to hit. And if you don't move quickly toward peace, we will go a different direction. I think the president has proven himself that he is not going to waver on that. Whether you think that's good or bad, maybe we can agree on the fact that it doesn't look like he's going to waver on that. So I'm going to read you, it's a very short piece. This is from the Guardian. It comes as the Middle Eastern country closed its airspace, talking about Qatar. The Middle Eastern country closed its airspace, and both the U.S. and U.K. embassies advised its citizens to shelter in place. An Axios reporter citing an Israeli official said that 6 missiles had been launched by Iran directed toward U.S. air bases in Qatar. Sky News in the U.K. is reporting that it is thought Iran has targeted American air bases in Iraq also. This is a fast-developing situation, and there's going to be updates coming. So we will say, they said that there is an attack on an American airbase that's underway. What will be the response from the U.S. if this is true? We know that, we've been hearing that the Israelis are hoping to wrap up their military actions against the Iranians. Their goal was to stop them from ever being able to deliver a ballistic missile into their country again. We took out their nuclear capabilities. Both nations have been asking for peace. It is interesting that Benjamin Netanyahu has been calling on the Iranian people to rise up against their government, saying that what we've been able to do is we have weakened your government. He came out and said, we don't have a problem with the people of Iran. Our problem is with and I think this is the right one. He was talking about I hope this is the right clip. It's an old clip. I want you to hear if this is the right one.
Tonight I wish to speak to you, the proud people of Iran. We're in the midst of one of the greatest military operations in history, Operation Rising Lion. The Islamic regime, which has oppressed you for nearly 50 years, threatens to destroy my country, the State of Israel. The objective of Israel's military operation is to remove this threat, both the nuclear threat and the ballistic missile threat to Israel. And as we achieve our objectives, we're also clearing the path for you to achieve your objective, which is freedom. In the past 24 hours, we've taken out top military commanders, senior nuclear scientists, the Islamic regime's most significant enrichment facility, and a large portion of its ballistic missile arsenal. More is on the way. The regime doesn't know what hit them. They don't know what will hit them. The nation of Iran and the nation of Israel have been true friends since the days of Cyrus the Great. And the time has come for you to unite around your flag and your historic legacy by standing up for your freedom from an evil and oppressive regime. It has never been weaker. This is your opportunity to stand up and let your voices be heard.
So they are looking at, I'm watching a live feed of the airbase that they're talking about. Nothing has impacted the airbase as of yet, as far as we can see. The concern is that within minutes that these missiles maybe impact, are they going to be intercepted? What's going to happen? But the fact that Iran has decided in some way, shape, manner, or form to respond to the U.S. attacks, what does that mean? What will happen next? And I think we all can agree that we don't want any kind of boots on the ground, troops in Iran. We don't want any of those things to happen. But if the president believes we've already shown air superiority, we control the airspace over their country, it doesn't do them any good unless this is just a suicide mission for the Ayatollah. He has already named 3 people to be his successor if he is killed. Is he trying to make himself a martyr? Is this a situation and a suicide mission for the leadership? Is there room for negotiation? Because they can't win. They can only destroy other people in the process of losing. If you look at the organizations that have been a threat to the Israelis, where are they funded? Where are they supplied? And they're supplied from the Iranians. Hamas, Hezbollah, PIJ, or the Islamic Jihad, the Houthis. These terrorist organizations, these proxies of the Iranians, have been doing the dirty work for years, but they've been funded largely by the Iranians. Here's where the diplomatic, and this is a horrible thing to talk about when you're talking about the human lives that are in the balance here, but it would be very easy for the U.S. or for the Israelis to begin to target Iranian oil production or refining, the ability to get to that's all they have for their economy. So it would cripple their economy. But also we know that 20% of America or the world's energy supply goes through the Strait of Hormuz. We know that the Iranians supply a large amount of their oil to the Chinese, that the Chinese would be seriously hurt, but the oil markets would be as well. We've watched oil be around $70, $72 a barrel. It's been moderated. Energy prices have gone down. We would see a significant jump in oil prices. Now, the U.S. has done a lot to become more energy independent. I don't know how much it would affect what happens here in the U.S., but so far, the Chinese have not been an ally to the Iranians. They have certainly not been an enemy to the U.S. in this. If the U.S. says we're going to cripple your economy and we're going to begin to attack some of these assets of yours, some of these places where your economy is the only place you're making money is your production of oil, we're going to begin to take some of these out. We're going to cripple your economy. How do the Chinese respond? This is the diplomatic part of this. Do you then go after key figures like the Israelis went after their nuclear scientists and their military leaders and then the replacements for their military leaders? But that was what the Israelis were doing. The U.S. has had nothing to do with any of that. We bombed there were no human casualties. We took out their 3 main areas where they were enriching uranium, where they were progressing toward a nuclear weapon, building the delivery system, building a bomb that was capable of doing it, and having the enriched uranium to build bombs. According to the Israelis, they had enough for 10. Is this going to be a game changer? The Iran State TV says that they've attacked a Qatari U.S. airbase, that it's on its way. We're hearing from other sources that it was 6 missiles that were fired. We haven't seen any damage. We haven't heard of any damage. We don't know how much damage there's going to be. And so will that play a role? Or is it just the fact that they've dared to try it, that there's going to be a bigger response from the U.S.? How quickly will we hear from the president? How quickly will we hear from the Secretary of Defense, our Secretary of State? I think all of these are legitimate questions, and it's something that we really, really, really need to talk about.
Thanks for watching the Mike Broomhead Show. Tap to watch and listen to the new season of Amazing Arizonans, a KTAR News podcast. You can also click the button in the middle to subscribe.